Hey everyone, this is Chess Amateurs here with another game, and we're just going to jump right to it. White decided to open up with e4, and at this point black responds with e5. White decided to bring their pawn up to d3. Following that, curiously, black decided to bring their queen out to f6. Usually you don't want to bring out your queen early, but that's what they did. From then on, white decided to bring out their h-file pawn to h4. Black decided to match that with their own h-file pawn. White brought out their bishop, which, developed it a little bit, looking to probably move to the left since they only moved to the space here. Black decided to bring their bishop out, probably better developed at this point. Now they're threatening checkmate if the queen would just come down here. White had a crazy blunder here. This is absolutely a Chess Amateurs worthy move. White didn't defend this space, and this would be checkmate if all you gotta do is bring this queen down. Black instead gave that away, gifted it away. There's still this threat, but they brought the bishop to d4, threatening the knight. Quickly, I think white recovers, somewhat here. They bring their knight out to defend this pawn. The king, this is just a weird game, but the king, black, decides to bring out their pawn to d6. From there, white decides to threaten the queen, knock them off that square. Queen goes back. From there, white moves f3 with their pawn to defend this center pawn here, and also to block any more of those tricky, or not so tricky, checkmate scenarios. The black side decided to take this pawn here and threaten the rook. At this point, white moves the rook to threaten the bishop. The bishop moved back. But white decides to pursue the bishop again, trying to knock it out. At this point, the bishop is taken. Both bishops are off the board from this case. From here, black decides to take. They decide to take the knight here. White, instead of stacking their pawns up by taking that bishop, white just decides to bring the rook up, probably to develop it, maybe for an attack. Usually you want to keep your rooks together, kind of like on this back line here, but it's a weird game. Black decided to bring their pawn out to g5. So, of course, white matched that. Black takes, white takes. Black decided to bring their rook all the way up. And at this point, you could have had a rook swap here, but white decided to bring up their pawn in the center to d4. Black takes the rook. White was just waiting for the bishop to take that rook, and now they're also defending their pawn should anything around here come and attack it. From here, black decides to finally develop this knight here on f6. So, would be threatening both of these pawns, but this one, of course, is protected. This one is not. White brings up the queen, defending this pawn. Black decides to threaten this pawn, which would also, the knight would be protected if it should attack, or the pawn would be protected if it should attack that. But, since this development happens here, this rook comes up, and now it's causing problems around this area. It's not, in trouble, so it just stays there. Black decides to take anyway on this center pawn. The queen can't attack it because the knight is defended. But now the queen is threatening this side, comes up to c4. From here, black decides to take on e4, so now, white could also have some problems if they let these knights get loose. White decides to move their rook further towards the king, and again, this is protected by the queen. At this point, black makes a blunder to match up with white's blunder earlier in the game, giving mate in 1. And all white has to do is bring the queen over, and we have checkmate. Thank you guys, and this is an amateur game here with Chess Amateurs, and I will see you later.